Movie Thing show where we watch movies that are in the theaters and we tell you what we think about them. I'm Meg Turney.
I'm Trisha.
If you can't make it to the cinema this weekend, you can always go to netflix.com/SourceFed to get a free month of instant streaming, and then you can join us on our other movie show, Movie Club.
This week, Meg and I went out to see About Time from Richard Curtis, same writer-director guy who brought us Love Actually, so that's exciting. I have seen Love Actually, Meg has not, so we had two different perspectives going into it. My quickie review is, it's pretty good. I cried. It just certainly takes you on an emotional journey, but if you're going into it looking to solve the paradoxes of time travel, this is not the correct movie for that.
My quick review is, ladies, you're going to love it. Dudes, you're gonna laugh, and then it will turn into a chick flick, but you're also gonna love it, and you're totally gonna get laid after you see this movie. I would've made out with a dude if he was in the lobby of the theater, and also if that wouldn't be a bad thing. So go take a lady to see this movie, and then make out with her afterwards.
That's absolutely true. I think the movie ended, and I was just like, I need somebody, oh God. And I don't know that it was necessarily a super chick flick. It was an emotional flick, but it dealt with a lot of different relationships, not just the romantic relationship involved, parental relationships, child relationships, etc. Lots of different relationships in there. So it's a touchy-feely one for sure.
The movie stars Rachel McAdams, who we all love, and the main actor, nobody wants to say his name on the internet, so we did look. It's like Dom
Hinall, if you want to use all the letters in it.
Gleason.
Probably Dommel.
Mr. Gleason.
Mr. Gleason! And Bill Nighy's also in this, and every time I see him, I still think, I feel it in my fingers. You know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. Meg doesn't know what I'm talking about.
But the performances in this movie are great. They did a
really
great
solid. Yeah, they're really solid. I believed everybody in it. There was a lot of quirky fun that a lot of the actors incorporated into their characters that kind of made the movie. It gave it that feeling that it was going for. And I'm surprised that Meg liked this movie as much as she did because there were so many awkward moments.
There were a lot of awkward moments.
She can't handle the awkward moments. And I'm like looking over at Meg in her theater seat like this.
There were like 6 other people in the theater. There were like 3 other people in the theater.
Yeah.
And at one point I went, oh God, no! And then I put my hood over my face, so I'm glad we weren't in a crowded theater. Oh God, no! Story-wise, the story I thought was great. They told the story very well. It was effectively told. It was emotional. I totally cried. I fell in love with the characters. I have a real soft spot for Americans falling in love with people who have awesome accents, so it totally played for me, and I thought it was fantastic.
And for those of you who haven't seen the trailers, the basic synopsis of it is it's this guy named Tom discovers he has the ability to travel through time, and what he does with it. And he decides that it's of the utmost importance to him to find love in all its different areas, so he uses his power for that, and it's a journey of self-discovery, I'd say. The directing in this film is mostly like getting the actors where you need them to be, in my opinion, emotionally, and I mean, the look of the film is good, I would say, with the exception of how they handled the time travel. That wasn't necessarily my favorite, but that's, again, that's not what this film was about. This film was about exploring relationships, and that was simply the vehicle that took us there. It wasn't the pinnacle of the film.
Why? I'm curious because I liked the way they handled time travel, so why don't you like the way they handled it?
Oh, I just thought it was a little cheap, I guess is the word. I'm trying to search for the right word. The word that I'm looking for isn't necessarily cheap. It's just, I feel like it was glossed over. Like that whole aspect of it was like, yeah, duh, time travel, boom, taken care of. Without a whole lot of explanation, and I think that there were a couple different times where a whole like butterfly effect, paradox of time travel thing came into question, and again it was easily glossed over in favor of let's focus on the emotion of this point in time, which is fine because again that's what this movie was going for. It wasn't for examining the ins and outs of how time travel would work. And there was one point in the movie even where they say that there's this one rule about time travel in the movie and then they do something else. And it was kind of like, oh, that was a little bit of contradiction, but again, not what this movie was for. So the glossed over, I was okay with overall, but it was noticeable.
So we're not the only people who saw this movie right now. On IMDb, it has a 7.7 out of 10, which is pretty good.
And on Rotten Tomatoes right now, 68% of the critics liked it, and 85% of the viewers liked it. So right about in the same area, 6, 7, 8-ish out of 10. So my final thoughts, I was definitely taken on the emotional journey. I laughed, I cried into my popcorn tissues all over the place. So it achieved its goal. Overall, I don't necessarily know that it was a perfect movie, that the time travel incorporation was just a little bit weird for me, being kind of a nerdy movie fan. I like to see that really well executed. So overall, I really liked it and I had a good time, and I'm gonna give it a 7 out of 10.
For me, final thoughts, I love this movie. It played perfectly to me. I thought it was funny. The beginning was so funny. Even if it was awkward, it just, right as it got too awkward, it was funny again, so I was able to get through it.
Back on course.
Yes, and then it made me cry, and I had to be like, here we go, Scooby, got it, and it was perfect. I love the way they played things. I thought, I don't know, all the characters really endeared to me. This movie really got me. I loved it. It was one of the first movies in a long time that I've been like in the movie thinking, I can't wait till this comes out on Blu-ray so I can see this again. It was
You gonna buy it?
I'm totally gonna buy it. I'm giving this one a 9 out of 10. I absolutely loved it.
I have to say, I own Love Actually, so
we're gonna have to watch it because I've never seen it.
We're gonna have to. We're gonna have a movie night. So thank you guys so much for joining us for the New Movie Thing show. Again, if you don't get a chance to go out to the theaters and see a new movie right now, you can always go to netflix.com/sourcefed, watch a free month of instant streaming on Netflix, and then join us on Movie Club. I'm Trisha Hirschberger.
I'm Meg Turney. I really liked Rachel McAdams in her underwear too. And the underwear game, I'm gonna do that.
I love the underwear game. Not gonna tell you folks what that is. Go see it.